What is up, guys? Dashin here for episode 506 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 14 of NGW. The place where the future stars of CMV are shaped, in an action-packed card as always gets underway with a debut as the big man Eddie Bernard going to be taking on Wild Willie Sullivan. So, you know what? What is up, guys? Gumble, Whitey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have you. Yeah, I got the feeling Bernard definitely eats. But don't let his size fool you. We've seen big men like him before go zipping around the ring at incredible speeds. We've seen little guys before be incredible powerhouses. You never know. Don't judge a book by its cover, as they say, but a great night planned for the show here. Up next after this, guys, a fatal four-way elimination match. I always love a good elimination matchup. Featuring Jaden Shadow, Brett Curtis, Mr. Extreme, and Dylan Vincent. We've got Eli Park of the upper echelon taking on Rising Star champion Drake Dunn. Tonight, we are going to find out who Drake Dunn defends his Rising Star title against at Ascendant 6 in just a little bit over a week's time. We've got Anthony Hunt versus Stevie Wizard, and not to mention an awesome main event. TZ Mass takes on Joey Diaz, and Diaz's final NGW appearance, of course, being called up to Fusion. He partakes in the Light Heavyweight Championship ladder match at Ascendant 6. But here he comes. Eddie Bernard, most definitely bringing the size advantage to this matchup, and his opponent, William Sullivan, will surely have the speed advantage. This guy is... Whew. I've already got some dream matches in the back of my mind for this guy here at NGW. Talk about beefy. Let's see how he handles the wild one. The younger brother of Trios champion Chris Sullivan. Wild Willie, so far unbeaten in his NGW career. Will he be able to handle the mass of humanity known as Eddie Bernard, though? Echo, I have not seen you in a dog's age. You better be ready for Ascendance. Not this weekend, but next weekend. We have better have Echo at us on the pre-show panel, or I die. Oh, everybody just jumping in. What up, Big Dong? Great name. Hardline. Opening matchup here for NGW number 14. If Echo's not on the pre-show and panel, I cry. We've had him the past 2 years. It wouldn't be the same without him. The grandest stage of them all coming up fast, guys. Every single superstar throughout all of CMV. Fusion, NGW, Genesis, Unmatched. I'm sure even Ferocity want to be a part of the showcase of the Immortals. We know that a lot of NGW superstars will have their opportunity in the Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. We know that, of course, NGW champion Ryan Riley will take on from Unmatched George King. NGW's past meets its future. Its present, I should say, rather. And its future. And we know that Drake Dunn will be defending his Rising Star title against who we find out later on tonight after his match against Eli Park. What up, Joey and Hellish? Glad that you could join us as Eddie Bernard makes his NGW debut. Cutter by the big man. A very basic attire that Eddie Bernard comes into this matchup with, but it's not about the flash. Not always. It's about what you get done in that ring. Eddie Bernard, part of a very small class. And not just CMV, but wrestling in total. You know, bigger guys. Just even thinking right now in CMV, you've got like guys that are actually big like him, not jacked. You've got Hunter Blackburn that's here in NGW. And the only one I can think of, Guri Suckanov, but even Guri used to be a thick boy, but now he's jacked mostly. No, I'm doing it next. Oh, Eddie Bernard moving his hips a little bit, having a bit of fun. It is next Sunday, Hellish. Well, this Sunday, actually. Next Sunday's Ascendance. Bray Curtis will probably be a part of the Battle Royal, Whitey. I'd have to imagine. One of NGW's best. I can't see him not being in the Battle Royal. The Slick Memorial Battle Royal is the biggest it's ever been. 30 men this year, so you can bet a lot of NGW guys are going to be in that match. Well, count of 5 here by referee Perry White and William Sullivan having a tough time trying to contain the debuting Eddie Bernard, who keeps fighting back here. Count of 7, face first off that steel post. Can't feel too good for Sullivan, whose older brother Chris, just yesterday on Fusion alongside the rest of the BRC, retained the trios titles against Rob Cross, Chris Diamond, and PJ. I mean, what a shot to the chest, of course, guys, here tonight at NGW. We got to talk about that monumental announcement by General Manager Ken Donahue after last week's main event, guys, dropping the news that a tournament to crown new NGW Tag Team Champions will be starting the NGW episode after Ascendance. 8 teams will compete, 16 superstars. The finals will be at the first ever exclusive NGW pay-per-view Departure the night before Retaliation, just 2 days for the end of this season. We will crown NGW Tag Team Champions. William Sullivan, beautiful missile dropkick. Now he goes to the top rope. The wild one, they're going to fly here. Will it pay off? Swanton bomb on top of the big boy. Can it deliver him the 3 count? Though we're about to find out. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Yeah, the vast majority of the NGW roster is in that NGW Tag Team Championship Tournament. Eddie Bernard will actually be teaming with Dave Daniels. So looking to garner some momentum. Oh, goes for a Helluva kick, does William Sullivan. That's actually how he won his debut match, but instead Bernard goes for a back suplex, gets a bulldog instead. Nice reversal by Sullivan there. What up, Mark? Tonight, of course, guys, amongst all the action, we are going to be hearing from Gary Reed. The Dragon has got something to say, I'm being told, regarding his loss last week to the debuting Walter Bollet. So I'm interested to hear what he's got on his mind. Another swanton bomb by Sullivan might be enough. No, it is not. What did I do? What did I do? Irish whip into the corner now, slowly approaches. Hello, the kick! Got it that time. But that's going to be a rope break. That should be a rope break. That should definitely be a rope break. Shame on referee Perry White, but luckily Bernard kicks out on his own there. Echo, you bet you were a part of last year's pre-show panel and the year before that. You had better be on this year's. There's Topher. Whoa! That's what I'm talking about, man. Don't judge somebody by their size. Eddie Bernard with a sunset flip. How about now? Pop, lock, and dropping. Clothesline. Clothesline again. Now the big man in the corner with a clothesline. Off the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Rebounds clothesline. And a kip up. That is what I like to see. I can't wait to have Gumbel on the pre-show. The question is, who will he be? Meanwhile, look at Eddie Bernard out of the back suplex setup into a sit-out powerbomb. Now that is incredible athleticism. Tries to go for a kick to follow through. Dragon screw, though, by Wild Willie Sullivan. Turns to the crowd, looking to feed off their energy. What's up, Bateman, you delicious little popsicle? We did get a tweet here, guys, from Will Ford, who says, we've been on a dry spell, but that ain't our fault. The ref just plain hates us. Tonight, you'll see why he hates us. That's an ominous tweet there from Will Ford. Of course, his stablemate Eli Park in action later on tonight against Rising Star champion Drake Dunn. Willem countering a spinning soul kick attempt, and then an inverted Frankensteiner to the big man. 1, 2, 3, and William Sullivan knocks off the impressive Eddie Bernard in his debut. What a great match. Eddie Bernard gave it his all, man. Showed that size ain't everything. William Sullivan also part of the tag team tournament. He'll be teaming with Jacob Anderson. Maybe these two will meet again. What a great match. Welcome to NGW, Eddie Bernard. But it's a pretty nasty maneuver, man. Spike right on the in order to score the win there. It's always good to see swordsmanship. Handshakes, then now. No hard feelings. Well, guys, up next, it is Fatal 4-Way action, elimination style. And we are saying goodbye to one of the four men in this matchup as Mr. Extreme has officially been called up to the Genesis roster. General manager of Genesis, Castle Fave, replacing him, or I should say, using him as a replacement following Tim LaFave pulling himself from the Money in the Bank ladder match at Ascendant 6. Mr. Extreme picked by LaFave to be put into the Money in the Bank as a 7th and final member. So this is his last night on NGW. Will he end his NGW? Curtis and Dylan Vincent, all four of these men have a reason to dislike the other, but especially Jaden Shadow. His short time here at NG has ignited a lot of rivalries. Him and Brett Curtis going back and forth on Twitter. Him and Mr. Extreme going back and forth on Twitter. Him and Dylan Vincent having some in-ring heat as of late. Well, the pre-show and panel, not this Saturday, but today. To anybody that wants to be a part of the pre-show and panel, it's in character. We'll be doing predictions, calling the action. And then, of course, Sunday is day one and Monday is day two. Just over a week away. Still, well, I'll run down the schedule again like I did yesterday during Fusion. So, yesterday was Fusion. Today is NGW. This Saturday will be Genesis. Then next Monday, guys, is a double stream of Fusion in NGW. Tuesday will be Genesis. Wednesday and Thursday, there will be reruns of past Ascendance matches right here on the Twitch channel. Friday, make sure to check out our website, cmvwrestling.com, as someone will be inducted into the CMV Hall of Fame. And then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the 3-day run of Ascendant 6. And here he comes, the most disliked man in all of NGW, Jaden Shadow. This started off as a matchup between him and Brett Curtis. Then Mr. Extreme got involved. Then General Manager Ken Donahue added Dylan Vincent, because why not? This panel already seems like it's going to be lit, as the kids say. Myself. What are we going to have? Reese Matthews on there. Paul Devine for the 3rd year straight. Mark and Tell. Astro, maybe the rape dungeon will return. Or you could just say that Reese is putting on a British accent. Or Welsh, I guess. Welsh accent. Topper, let's get you on that panel, huh? Let's all hear Topper's voice for the first time ever. I actually heard his voice once, like 2 years ago. He sent me a voice message. Are we going to have Sully on the pre-show? Look at that, dollar bills raining down. Those Jaden bucks. Let's see if he can buy himself a win here in this Fatal 4-Way elimination style. Means that eliminations can only occur via pinfall or submission. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. Last man standing will be declared victorious. The NGW Tag Team Championship Tournament begins the Genesis after Ascendance. So not next week's NGW, but the NGW after that. We'll begin with the first round match, which I believe is, if I recall, I actually don't remember at all what the first round match is. The brackets are up on our website, though, if you want to Take a gander. What a snorting. I see, my friend. Welcome. Here comes the specialist. Brett Curtis has a great run so far in his NGW career. Hasn't been pinned or submitted as of yet. Coming off that win last week inside of the steel cage against Michael Boom, a part of the NGW Tag Team Championship Tournament. He'll be teaming with Gareth Northgate. Don't think he could have gotten a better partner. Brett Curtis. Steve Norton. I don't know who Steve Norton is. But whoever you are, hello. And here he comes for the last time ever entering the NGW arena. Mr. Extreme. On his way up to the big show, Genesis. He'll be at Ascendant 6 competing in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Can you imagine a bigger opportunity for this man to become Mr. Money in the Bank? Yes, we do a pre-show and panel for Ascendance, which is our biggest event. We did it last year and the year before that. Basically, I'm going to start a party, leave it open. Anybody throughout the entire show wants to join in character and give their predictions, call the matches with me, more than welcome. That will be not this Saturday, but next Saturday. And a tweet here, guys, from William Sullivan says, since I'm currently, 4-0? Don't I get something special? Pretty sure I'm the only undefeated guy around here. Well, I did just point out that Brett Curtis is unpinned and unsubmitted. He did lose a battle royal. William Sullivan apparently wants a bigger opportunity. See if Ken Donahue gives it to him. Hey, we're going to be finding out who challenges Drake Dunn for the Rising Star title at Ascendant 6. Maybe it'll be Sullivan. Who knows? And last but not least, Razorblade Dylan Vincent back in action after a great win a couple of weeks ago. Vincent has had his eyes on Jaden Shadow ever since that 8-pack challenge earlier in the month, where Jaden Shadow and Hunter Blackburn worked together to eliminate Dylan Vincent. Vincent has been biding his time, waiting for some payback. See if he can get it in this Fatal 4-way. So here we go, Fatal 4-way rules, but keep in mind it is elimination, no countouts, no disqualifications, pinfall or submission in the ring will cause an elimination. Last man standing is victorious. So here we go. It looks like Jaden Shadow, Mr. Extreme gonna go after each other, while Dylan Vincent takes out Brett Curtis with a nice little tackle to the legs and unloading with some right hands. To the outside goes Extreme and Shadow. Dylan Vincent, what's he looking for out off the second turnbuckle here? Nice DDT. Brett Curtis gets brought up to a vertical base. DDT, though, takes him down. Dylan Vincent not a part of the NGW Tag Team Championship Tournament. The only person in this matchup that is Brett Curtis. So Dylan Vincent certainly looking for this win big time to push himself up the rankings, maybe for a Rising Star NGW Championship match. We know the next person in line for an NGW title shot is TZ Mass, who will get his opportunity the NGW episode after Ascendance. Of course, he's in action in tonight's main event, taking on Joey Diaz. Diaz's final NGW match in the same boat as Mr. Extreme. He was called up to Fusion. will also be partaking in a ladder match at Ascendance 6, the light heavyweight championship ladder match, as Brett Curtis tells Dylan Vincent, everybody else in this arena, to suck his little wang dang diggly do. Forearm smash, creates some distance, closes back in now. Jaden Shadow with a front headlock to Mr. Extreme. Hammerlock DDT by the infamous one. Meanwhile, Mr. Extreme gets his spine whacked off them turnbuckles. Curtis to the apron, looking for some sort of springboard maneuver here. Nice lariat and a leg drop DDT by Shadow to Extreme. Into a front headlock. The specialist going to take Jaden to the outside. So far, Brett has been very much in control over his opponents in this match. Oh, wow! Dylan Vincent goes for a big-time wrist. Suicide down to the outside, but he missed horribly. I like how Mr. Extreme just walks by like, yeah, I'll let you suffer from that, fam. Dylan Vincent back to his feet now. Looks like a seatbelt director's cut. Kind of a modified $1 Million Dream. Mr. Extreme takes out Brett Curtis. Brett Curtis getting punched in the face a lot in this match. Mr. Extreme works on the legs of Jaden Shadow. Remember, this is not falls count anywhere. Pinfall submissions can only go down inside of the ring. Dylan Vincent knows that. Mr. Extreme, though, coming up from behind on Vincent here as Vincent's trying to work on Curtis. Jaden Shadow recuperating ringside. Vincent taken off guard, but here comes Jaden to cut off Extreme. Forearm smash for his troubles. Hook to the jaw. Spinning soul kick, goes for another hook to the jaw. Instead, swoops down behind, does Jaden for a nice back suplex. Now into a German suplex, then into a, I believe, I'm going to take a guess, vertical suplex. Yep, there it is, and there it goes. Super kick to the midsection by Dylan Vincent. Off the ropes, going to go for an axe kick. Caught though by Brett Curtis for the reversal, and goodbye Dylan Vincent. Jaden Shadow, though, cuts right in. Irish whip to the corner, off the ropes, rather. Chest bump on the rebound, hook to the jaw. Brett Curtis takes advantage, up over the shoulders now, not a place that Shadow wants to be. Spun out into a power bomb. Jaden Shadow made a habit a short time in NGW, making enemies. Just recently, he called out Rising Star champion Drake Dunn for a non-title match next week on NGW. I was told by general manager Ken Donahue that matchup will take place, but for now, Jaden has got to focus on this matchup. But of course, up next, after we see Eli Park versus Drake Dunn, it will be announced as to who will be Drake Dunn's challenger for the Rising Star title come Ascendance 6. Nice sit-out alley-oop powerbomb. Slides back into the ring. From behind, Brett Curtis with a big-time $1 Million Dream. Dream Street, if you will. Hook of the leg, first elimination. No, only a 2 count. What up, Z? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Everybody beating up Dylan Vincent now. What did he do? Much like the 8-pack challenge, all over again. Brett Curtis goes for something here on Shadow. Shadow drops down behind, though. Jaden's waiting for him. Forearm smash, springboard, knee strike to the side of the head by Razorblade. Crossbody horribly misses. Vincent. Extreme drops down to the outside, looking for a bit of refuge. Vincent gonna follow Jaden to the outside. Brett Curtis all alone in the ring. Good opportunity for him to regain a bit of momentum. Well, I don't know exactly what he's doing here. Just punching the air. Chris Benoit's ghost. DDT from Shadow takes out Vincent ringside. Mr. Extreme still trying to recuperate there. Oh, right into the steel post. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is this? Bull knee to the side of the head as Curtis was laid over the barricade. That is how you use your environment. Now Dylan Vincent taking out everybody. Throwing Jaden into the steel steps. Lutez press to Mr. Extreme with some right hooks to follow through. Into the ring now goes Vincent. Extreme going to follow him. Punch to the back of the head. Vincent, though, was ready for it. Elbow to the side of the head. Tries to go for his finishing maneuver. Now busts Extreme wide open with a knee strike. Takedown, and again just lays into him. Jaden Shadow throwing Brett Curtis into the steel steps. Now you see Curtis able to defend against most of those punch attempts, but it looks like a couple of them might have gotten through. Dylan Vincent knee down onto the kidneys. Jaden Shadow continues to work on the specialist. Brett Curtis trying to wear down Mr. Extreme in order to score the first elimination. Into the corner, what is Vincent looking for here? Enzu Lariat attempted, but Mr. Extreme sees it coming. Eyes in the back of his head, if you will. Nice arm drag by Vincent to counter what he's going for. Now up over the shoulders. What is Razorblade going for here? Nice spinning TKO, and now Jaden Shadow exactly what he did do. Oh! Brett Curtis before. He does it again. Knee to the side of the head as Curtis was laid up over the barricade and in the ring. Dylan Vincent looks to eliminate Mr. Extreme. Spinning reverse STO into the pin. 1, 2, 3. No, not enough. Mr. Extreme's final NGW match not going to go down so easy as he's bleeding profusely from that cut on his forehead. He is not done just yet. Irish whip off the ropes. Mr. Extreme taking down Luthez press and again targeting that cut with these punches. Chris Benoit. Hook to the jaw. Razor blade continues his assault. Out of the torture rack position into a power bomb. Pin attempt as well. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Brett Curtis trying to get an edge over Jaden Shadow ringside. Can only pin him in the ring though. Face first off the steel post there. Jawbreaker, yeah, it's probably a good strategy by Brett Curtis. Oh, Extreme cutter out of nowhere. Brett Curtis allows Extreme to make the pin. 1, 2, 3. Near count, but not enough. Still no eliminations, but Mr. Extreme is intent on taking out Vincent here. Another one. And that has got to be it for Vincent. 1, 2, 3. Dylan Vincent is the first man eliminated after 2 Extreme cutters. And then there were 3 as Mr. Extreme takes out Brett Curtis. Jaden Shadow has his eyes on the infamous one. Will Mr. Extreme allow him to try to get this elimination? Extreme on that second turnbuckle spear. And then a nice cannonball senton as well. Nice combination. 1, 2. No, but Brett Curtis kicks out. It was a pretty weak looking spear. But Jaden Shadow gonna go for another one. Mr. Extreme cutting into his attempt. Might have just broken up his finisher. Brett Curtis probably grateful about that. What's up, Suntan? Second matchup here on NGW episode 14. We saw Eddie Bernard debut, but William Sullivan able to take him out now in a fatal 4-way. Dylan Vincent has been eliminated. Mr. Extreme and Jaden Shadow seem to have an alliance against Brett Curtis, but Mr. Extreme keeps breaking up Jaden Shadow's maneuvers. Pin attempt there. Kind of a spider pin. Gets a 2 count. Now, Brett Curtis, not the most liked guy in the NGW locker room. Can't say I'm surprised about this double team. Mr. Extreme just going all out. I don't even think he knows what he's doing. Rebounds off the ropes, though. Pop-up drop kick by Brett Curtis. Mr. Extreme waiting in the rings. Not too long to celebrate. Goodbye, Jaden Shadow. Smart move to roll to the outside where he can't be pinned or submitted. Air sour neck breaker to the infamous one. Rebounds, elbow drop down onto the face. Mr. Extreme, his final NGW match where he goes up to Genesis. And where at Ascendant 6 he competes in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Goes for a takedown. Brett Curtis catches him in a front headlock. Punch to the top of the head. Punch to the midsection though. Extreme's not done. Brett Curtis in trouble. Extreme cutter attempted. The specialist had it well scouted. Hook to the jaw. Curtis has beaten Extreme before, but he can't get the better of him right here, right now. Ooh, nice Death Valley driver. What's up, Tim? And now Mr. Extreme locking in a Hell's Gate. I don't know why Jaden Shadow would break that up. It's elimination. Maybe he wants to get his hands on Mr. Extreme here. Up over the shoulders. Shades of CMV Hall of Famer Dave Turner with the Psycho Driver. Mr. Extreme. That was interesting. And then there's the spear. And Curtis takes the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Mr. Extreme eliminated. Curtis snatching up that pin. And then a code breaker before Jaden Shadow knows what hits him. And Curtis wasted no time. The infamous one, the specialist, looking for this big victory to remain unbeaten. What do we got here? Wow! Jaden Shadow just flipped out of, I believe, maybe an AA attempt. I'm not sure. That was awesome. This was the match, remember, we were supposed to originally get before Mr. Extreme and Dylan Vincent were added. Twist of fate on the middle rope, and goodbye, Brett Curtis. Mr. Extreme, a hell of a performance, able to eliminate Dylan Vincent, but this is the last time we will ever see him exit the NGW arena. Thanks, Mr. Extreme. Good luck on Genesis and at Ascendant 6. And now Jaden Shadow, after pandering to the CMV universe with another maybe burning hammer or Psycho Driver attempt. I'm not sure, but Brett Curtis counters with a nice roundhouse kick to the side of the head. Lateral press. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, however. The specialist can't get the job done. Up to the second turnbuckle. Brett Curtis, nice swanton bomb there. Not exactly the way you're supposed to hit it, but got the job done at the end of the day. Drags Jaden Shadow by the arm. Double boot. Oh, no, double knee stomp. And then again, Jaden Shadow in agony here. You can see it on his face, but Brett Curtis not going to let up. Tries to go for something big, but Jaden Shadow has it well scouted. Jaden Shadow now with the opening, with the opportunity. Can he get it done? Can he seal the deal? Over the shoulders. Psycho driver. Not going for the pin there. That might be a mistake if you ask me, but Jaden Shadow, I guess, wants to make sure that the job is done. Over the shoulders. Oh, detonation kick. Boot camp is more commonly referred to here in CMV. And now Jaden Shadow, another spear to the specialist. Will he take his first pinfall loss? 1, 2. No, he will not. Brett Curtis showing some serious heart in this matchup. I am impressed. Nice counter there. Catchphrase takes out Shadow, and Curtis, wasting no time, realizes that he's fighting to keep his head above the water right now, drifting into the deep end, using the ring as a weapon, dropped over the top rope. Brett Curtis has Shadow exactly where he wants him. Jaden looking worse for wear, looking like he's on spaghetti legs. Irish Ripper to the corner, Curtis from behind. He is looking for something big here, guys, something that Jaden Shadow will not be able to kick out of. Tree of Woe positioning. Knee to the face, though. Shadow ain't no quitter. Charges for a takedown. Very groggy, very tired. Springboard moonsault. The way he turned in the air, man. Textbook execution. Lateral press, maybe a pin out of desperation here by Shadow, but it won't be enough to get him the victory. Up to the second turnbuckle. Jaden Shadow looks to the crowd again to feed off their energy, to keep him going. Brett Curtis won't stay down. Nice single leg high knee. The fans on their feet here in the NGW arena. Brett Curtis ain't having it, though. Curtis is a fighter. He's a mean son of a gun. Hook to the jaw. Jaden, is this the opening he needs? Reeled into a front headlock kick to the midsection. Looks like a hangman's face with some hang time on that busted open. Is that enough to put Brett Curtis to sleep? 1, 2. No, it is not. Brett Curtis, think what you may about him. He is a hell of a competitor. Uh-oh. Dream Street. Again by Brett Curtis. Wants to make sure there's no rope breaks, though, as he goes to the pin. 1, 2. No. Brett Curtis cannot get the job done. Now he takes a step back. Deep breath to the apron. Looking for one big final maneuver, but the risk is not going to pay off, and it's a risk that might end up costing him as Jaden Shadow lines up his shot. Spear number 3, and that has got to be it. 1, 2, 3. Jaden Shadow scratches and crawls his way to a win. Textbook botch by Brett Curtis. Went for a high-risk maneuver, and it did not pay off. It's always a coin toss when you go in the air, off the top rope or off the ropes. And that time, Brett Curtis, well, it ended up costing him this fatal 4-way. But what a win for Jaden Shadow. Technically eliminated both Mr. Extreme and Brett Curtis at the end, but Brett Curtis did steal the pin on Extreme. That was pretty cheeky. What a match, though. What a way for Mr. Extreme to leave NGW. Was this the third spear? No, that was the first one, actually. Mr. Extreme was still in the match. So Jaden Shadow did exactly what he said he would do earlier today on Twitter. Standing victorious. Congratulations to Shadow. A hell of a match. Now he looks forward to that big opportunity next week where he goes one-on-one with Rising Star champion Drake Dunn. Surely if he gets the win there, he's got to be considered for a future championship opportunity. But it is up next, guys. Following this matchup, we will find out who challenges Drake Dunn for his championship at the Show of Shows, the grandest stage of them all, Ascendant 6 in just a little bit over a week's time. But right now, Drake Dunn's got to focus on Eli Park, guys, and I'm actually getting word of what's this? Reports of a commotion, guys, backstage between champion Ryan Riley and George King. Ascendant 6 opponents. The current NGW champ is set to take on the former NGW champion, now unmatched superstar, George King. But I'm being told they got into a heated confrontation backstage. Luckily, before any violence could ensue, security got onto the scene a lot faster than Fusion and Genesis security, I'll tell you that much, and broke the two up. But from what I'm being told, got pretty heated between them. And I can imagine after all the trash talk George King has been talking. And guys, I got word from General Manager Ken Donahue that since Ryan Riley and George King want to start up some drama here on NGW, neither man set to compete tonight. Don't even know why they were here in the first place, but Ken Donahue has officially changed tonight's main event. It was supposed to be TZ Mass versus Joey Diaz. Instead, it is going to be George King and TZ Mass against Joey Diaz. And NGW champion Ryan Riley, George King, is here, and he will be competing on NGW for the first time since its original incarnation. What a bombshell dropped by Ken. That main event getting even bigger. But let's try to focus on the now. Our third matchup of the evening. Eli Park of the upper echelon set to take on Rising Star champion Drake Dunn. Huge opportunity for Park. The upper echelon been suffering as of late. Last week, its leader Cam Harris took a loss. The week before that, they lost a 1v3 handicap match. Maybe Park can try to get some momentum back on their side, and certainly would be a lot of momentum. What's up, TZ? Just in time for that huge announcement. Tonight's main event was supposed to see TZ Mass take on Joey Diaz, but just announced by Ken Donahue, we are going to see George King, unmatched star in action, teaming with TZ to take on Joey Diaz and NGW Riley. So there's Eli Park ready to go, and here comes the Rising Star champion Drake Dunn. Retained his title last week in a hell of a matchup against Hunter Blackburn. After this matchup, we will find out who will challenge him for his title at Ascendant 6 next weekend. Drake Dunn, if at Ascendant 6 he retains his title against whomever will be put in front of him, he will then have the right to cash in the championship and go up to the main roster to vie for a mid-card title opportunity on any show of his choosing, Fusion or Genesis. But he has to retain that title one more time first. And that's only after he can make it past Eli Park here. I would never forget Raiden. Yeah, certainly a huge matchup for Joey Diaz's last ever NGW match. Getting to team with the champ. Drake Dunn likes to use the moniker next big thing. His short time here at NGW has definitely proved to be just that, capturing the NGW Rising Star Championship in his debut. Of course, the man he beat to win it, Stevie Wizard, in action in our co-main event, taking on Anthony Hunt. And what should definitely be an interesting match. Of course, before that, we'll be hearing from Gary Reed. The Dragon has some comments on his loss last week to the debuting Walter Bolay. I'm very interested to hear what he has to say. But here we go. Eli Park tries to start things off strong, but Drake Dunn counters that STO attempt. Now going to go right into a small package driver. No pin attempt to follow through, though. Up to the second turnbuckle. Drake Dunn sends a little kiss Eli Park's way. Swanton bomb to follow through. Looks like Eli Park is already in rough shape here. Drake Dunn goes under the clothesline for a whirly bird head scissors. Goodbye, Park. I got to give Park credit. Where did he get those sneaks? Those are some nice kicks, man. Am I an old man yet calling them sneaks and kicks? Seriously, though. Really nice shoes. I'd like to know where I'm sure I can't afford them, but... Nice chest bump on the rebound. Kick to the midsection of the Rising Star Champion, reeling Eli Park into a front headlock. Nice Hurricane Rana, the Hurricane Rana machine. Best Hurricane Rana in the game, if you ask me, Drake Dunn. Hook to the jaw. Park finally with some offense. Counters that punch attempt. Forearm smash. And now using his superior power for a wayside slam. Definitely has the size advantage here over Dunn. Kick right to the goddamn face. That was pretty mean on Eli Park's part. Look at this now. Goes for the arm of Drake Dunn. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. Tearing into that arm. What exactly is Eli Park trying to set Drake Dunn up for? Well, I'm sure. If I can go for a guess, I'm going to say maybe a submission, maybe an arm bar of some kind. Drake Dunn had best be weary. Why is the moon orange? I'm not sure. Vertical suplex by Eli Park has definitely turned this matchup around. It started off really strong for Drake Dunn. Now Park goes up to the second turnbuckle. Maybe if Park is able to defeat Drake Dunn here, Ken Donahue will announce him as Drake Dunn's challenger at Ascendant 6 for the Rising Star Championship. That, damn, God. Whew. Kick right to the head. Drake Dunn just collapsed like a wet spaghetti noodle. While Ryan Riley wasn't scheduled to be in action tonight, but apparently he was backstage, got into a heated confrontation with George King that luckily was broken up before it got physical. Now they've been added to tonight's main event as Drake Dunn gets a face first encounter to that top turnbuckle. Dunn finally finds himself an opening, dragging Eli Park by arm and leg away from the ropes, goes for a pin, not even a 1 count though. Trying to get back up to his feet. Drake Dunn going to help him out like the good guy that he is. Now an Irish whip to the corner. Eli Park has got to watch out for Drake Dunn's lie detector and his shooting star press. Look at that, man. Like I said, best Hurricane Rana in the game. Ain't one better. Little senton. I think he just put his ass right to Eli Park's face. Park ain't happy about that. Rightfully so. Jawbreaker. Bit of distance put between them and a leg drop. Bulldog shades of former champion Schmitty. I can't get over how nice those sneakers are, bro. Cam Harris's personal bodyguard proving to be quite the asset here. Even though Cam Harris and Will Ford aren't in his corner, which is interesting. They must have something. Oh, there's the lie detector out of nowhere. Just like that, Drake Dunn looks to finish things off. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Drake Dunn, hands on his heads. Only has 1 head, luckily. Up to the top rope now, Drake Dunn with the shooting star press, but Eli Park incredibly well scouted, holding his own here against the Rising Star Champion. Got to give him credit where it's due. An ankle lock being applied by Eli Park, and turning it into a knee bar as well. But luckily for Drake Dunn, he was right there to get the immediate rope break. Good call by referee Perry White. Looks like Eli Park's not done though, and that is not good news for Dunn. Super kick right to the jaw of our Rising Star Champion. That should be another rope break though, and it is. How unlucky is Eli Park getting here? Good news though for old Drake. Wrong time to taunt, however, my friend. What is up, Jay? You're just in time? Big Drake Dunn fan? Still have a lot to get to. We hear from Gary Reed up next in our co-main event. Anthony Hunt battles Stevie Wizard. In our main event was supposed to be TZ Mass versus Joey Diaz. Now will be George King and TZ Mass versus Joey Diaz and NGW champion Ryan Riley misses that lie detector, and that gives Eli Park the opening he needs. Goes for a super kick, it was looking like. So it seems like a tweet here from Will Ford. He says, keeping a close eye backstage here, we're going to get down to the bottom of the ref's discriminatory attitude. We know the upper echelon has a problem with head official here in NGW, Perry White, so it seems like they're doing some investigating backstage while Eli Park takes care of business here in the ring, and that's exactly what he's going to do, take care of business, but Drake Dunn's not making it easy for him. Drake Dunn into a front headlock, the Rising Star champion with a nice single knee backbreaker. This is exactly what he has to do, slowly but surely build up the momentum. Into a front headlock, Eli Park in all sorts of trouble. Gonna go again for that single knee backbreaker. Works one time, why not again? Now goes to the pin. Could that possibly be enough to keep Eli Park down for the 3? No, it will not. You can see Drake Dunn getting more and more tired, man. Eli Park putting up a bigger fight than I would have given him credit for, quite honestly. I thought this would be one-sided, but Park is very much impressing me. A lot of detector countered again by Eli Park, man. This kid, big-time DDT into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count, man. If Eli can defeat Drake Dunn, hand Dunn his first ever loss, there's no doubt in my mind that Eli should be the challenger for his Rising Star Championship. I think Ken Downey, who already has someone in mind, though, misses that super kick. If it would have hit a second time, that probably would have kept Drake Dunn down. How about that? Agility by Dunn right there. Vertical leap mushroom stomp. Incredible. Hooks the leg. There's Drake Dunn. Referee Perry White taking his gosh darn time getting to the pin for a 2 count. The next big thing looks like he's going for a reverse DDT. Gonna put Eli Park in perfect positioning if he would have liked to have gone for that shooting star press, but does not. Instead, an Irish Ripper to the corner. What is Drake Dunn thinking here? The cogs are turning in his mind, if you will. Battling for control in the corner. Drake Dunn now again going to go for that Whirly Bird's head scissors. This has turned out to be a clinic put on between these two superstars. What an awesome match. Stomp to the chest. Representing the upper echelon, Eli Park. The 3rd time could not counter the lie detector. Out of pure instinct, Drake Dunn covers. 1, 2, only a 2 count still. Drake Dunn looking at referee Perry Whitley. You gotta be kidding me. You can't believe it. But Drake Dunn turns to the CMV universe. He knows that he has their support. They keep it going. Feeding him their energy. But Eli Park's not done either. Knife edge chop. Drake Dunn says stay down. Perfect position. Dunn goes to the top. The Rising Star champion. Look at a hammer in the final nail. Shooting star press. 1, 2. Wow. Okay. How in the hell? Eli Park kicks out of the shooting star press. Park, man, super kick. Drake Dunn steps out of the way just in the nick of time. Look at this now. Tilt-a-whirl into a Fujiwara armbar. And Eli Park has worked the arm of Drake Dunn all match long, guys. This is a debilitating submission hold that luckily Dunn escapes from. He was in there for a while, though. Lie detector again. That move is so dangerous because it really can just come out of nowhere. Dunn can't make it to the pin, however. Knows it's going to be too late, so instead decides to bring Eli Park to a seat. Irish whip into the corner. Don't know what he was going for there. Whatever he tried for, though, Drake Dunn's not having any of it. Put up on the top rope. Our Rising Star champion, the next big thing, wants to hit something big, and that big, oh, avalanche victory roll, mamma mia. 1, 2. How the hell do you kick out of that? That's what I want to ask. Eli Park with some serious resiliency put on display here. What is this? Eli Park. Tombstone. Pile driver out of the suplex position. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Eli Park has just defeated the Rising Star Champion. Incredible. What a match. And Eli Park just got the upper echelon right back on track. What a monumental upset. Drake Dunn has handed his first defeat. And that does not bode well going into Ascendant 6, where he will defend his Rising Star Championship, guys. But against who? Eli Park, of all people, man. I did not give him credit. But now I am not actually standing on my feet, but a tip of the meaty to Eli Park. What an upset. But guys, even though Eli Park just picked up that huge victory, Ken Donahue told me earlier tonight that at Ascendant 6, it will be a rematch from last week, as Hunter Blackburn will again get a shot at Drake Dunn and the Rising Star Championship, this time in a 2-of-3 falls match. So Hunter Blackburn surely was keeping an eye on that bout there, and you got to imagine he was probably not actually taking notes. I can't imagine Hunter Blackburn just sitting there with a pad and, you know, a little pencil in his hand, but I'm sure that he kept an eye on what exactly the weaknesses of Dunn were in that match that got Eli the victory. And even though it won't be Eli Park who challenges Drake Dunn at Ascendant 6, surely following Ascendance, he has got to be right at the front of the line for whomever will walk out of the show of shows with the championship. Run again for the Rising Star title, 2-of-3 falls at Ascendant 6, guys. But right now here in NGW, episode 14, still more action to get to. Anthony Hunt, Stevie Wizard one-on-one, and our main event, George King and TZ Mass will take on the team of Joey Diaz and NGW champion Ryan Riley. But first, we are going to be hearing from Gary Reed, the Dragon, having some words on his loss to Walter Bolay last week. Asked for a microphone in a couple of minutes, so let's see what's on his mind. And meanwhile, we get a tweet from Will Ford, who says, "Great work, Eli. We found exactly what is wrong with the ref. You thought you were clever, huh, Drake and Perry? Even if my boy won, it's clear that Drake bribed old Perry." So the upper echelon with some serious accusations here, saying Drake Dunn paid off referee Perry White, but I'd say that he probably didn't do a good job then. And here comes the Dragon, Gary Reed, the arm-breaking machine, a man who's ended 2 careers here in NGW. Put both Twisted and Chase Matthews on the shelf. Last week, though, what a turn of events it was when he himself tapped out to a Kimura lock at the hands of newcomer Walter Bolay. Afterwards, we saw a handshake. Gary Reed seemingly impressed with the newcomer, the machine, as he calls himself. Let's see what he's got to say about Mr. Bolay. You all know how unproductive can be. Oh, so interesting. Gary Reed getting right to the point, saying he has something special to announce and that he wants the help of Walter Bolay. So Gary Reed calling Bolay out to the ring. Will Bolay answer this call? Yes, he will. There he is, the self-described machine. And he certainly proved why he calls himself that last week by forcing Gary Reed to submit. Usually it's Gary Reed tapping fools out. But here comes Bolay at the beckoning of Reed. Walter Bolay, it's going to be his first time ever speaking to this, well, in front of the CMV universe, speaking to Gary here. Looks like Bolay's not too sure exactly what this could be about, so it's a surprise to him as well. So Walter Bolay saying that he's flattered Gary Reed to call him out to the ring, but he's very impatient, so he had best get to the point quickly. See how Gary Reed responds. Oh, so Gary Reed saying he's kept an eye on Walter Bolay even before he came to CMV and joined NGW. and that he has been very impressed, especially after last week. Wanted to take his career to the next level. He wants to do it with Belay at his side. Interesting. Walter Belay saying that he'd rather attain glory and fame on his own, but for now he would not mind forming an alliance with Reed, saying, "Count me in." So Gary Reed wants to make absolutely sure that Walter Belay knows what he's getting into, saying, "I'm not going to sell you. You either get on this ship or you stay on the dock." Oh, Walter Belay calling Gary Reed his buddy, putting the tag division on notice. Woo, woo, woo. Cuckoo and Buckachoo. And telling Gary Reed not to turn on him as well. Looks like Belay is not a very trusting man, but it seems that we have a new tag team here at NGW, the Armbar Society. Walter Belay and Gary Reed are part of the NGW Tag Team Championship Tournament. Let's see what they can do as a team. All right, guys, let's get back to the action now. It is our co-main event of the evening for NGW episode 14, as we are going to get what is surely to be a heated confrontation between Anthony Hunt and Stevie Wizard. It was 2 weeks ago that we were supposed to be a six-man tag team match, the upper echelon taking on the team since Stevie Wizard and Anthony Hunt, but Hunt ended up coming out by himself to take on the upper echelon, and everybody, of course, automatically put the blame on the upper echelon. But as we found out last week, Stevie Wizard said that no, it wasn't the upper echelon that attacked he and Vincent, but it was Anthony Hunt. Wizard saying he has no idea why Hunt would attack him. Of course, remember, Hunt ended up going on to win that handicap match, and Hunt has been on a huge winning streak as of late. Will Stevie Wizard stop him dead in his tracks right here, right now? As we get two tweets, guys. The first coming from George King, who says, "TZ, you are just a peasant, not worthy of teaming with a king like me." And TZ responds saying, "Hey, George, you can call yourself the king, but you're in my territory, bud. Your time has come and gone. How dare you try to take my spotlight?" So we're already seeing this is a dysfunctional team. Can they get on the same page to battle Joey Diaz and NGW champion Ryan Riley in our main event? As here comes Anthony Hunt, the prodigy of NGW, a fan favorite, now drawing the ire of many fans after what he did to Stevie Wizard. Damn. Anthony Hunt, the man who would be NGW champion, set to go one-on-one with former Rising Star champion Stevie Wizard, a man who is always in high spirits, but most definitely not in the best of moods after what Hunt did to him 2 weeks ago. Stevie Wizard, a very talented competitor. His reasoning why he thought Anthony Hunt attacked him was that Hunt was jealous of Stevie Wizard winning the Rising Star Championship. Not sure about that. Anthony Hunt has yet to comment on the matter. Hunt, a man who likes to allow his actions in the ring to speak for him. Those fireworks caught me off guard there, scared me a little bit. Two highly talented competitors in NGW about to go one-on-one. The Prodigy, Anthony Hunt, and the Magic Man, Stevie Wizard. And wait a minute, Anthony Hunt faded a handshake. Stevie Wizard was ready for it, spitting some sort of purple mist in Hunt's face. And now Wizard able to take the early advantage because of that. Anthony Hunt thought that he was going to get the edge on Wizard with a fading handshake, but instead, he got some of Wizard's magic. Anthony Hunt, though, fires back now. Getting that purple mist out of his eyes for a nice Death Valley driver. Wizard right back up to his feet, no-selling like a pimp. Caught up in the corner now. Punch to the back of the head, and again, but an elbow to the side of the head. Stevie kick, counter, but he gets it. Stevie kick early on. Anthony Hunt is reeling. Nice little jawbreaker there. Well, technically the match had not started when they shook hands, so I think that's why referee Perry White did not call the disqualification. Anthony Hunt with a knee to the back of Wizard's head. Now goes for a punch to the temple, but instead gets an elbow to the gut. Deep arm drag up into the corner. Stevie Wizard knife edge chop that sends Anthony Hunt flying back into the turnbuckles there. You better watch out, about to take down the entire ring. Caught up on that bottom rope. Stevie Wizard now, what's he going for here? Ooh, cloverleaf pain. Digging his knee right into the lower back of Anthony Hunt while simultaneously working on the legs. Well, Anthony Hunt has proved to be a dangerous submission artist in the past, but mostly he likes to knock off his opponents with what he calls skull crack, a fireman's carry single knee face breaker. Anthony Hunt, meanwhile, going to be looking for the Stevie Rider, I'm sure. Leg drop to the shoulder, and Anthony Hunt with a new attitude, basking in his own glory here. Hunt, his time at NGW, he's only lost twice, and both those losses came at the hands of Hunter Blackburn. Past a month or so, Hunt has been in a great winning streak. Look at that spine buster, going to hope to continue it here tonight. One, only a one count though. Beautiful spine buster, and I think that Hunt may have gone for his modified crossface. Stevie Wizard, though, obviously did his homework. Wizard, what the hell is this? Wizard? Don't tell me he's going to try this. What incredible power by Stevie Wizard. A superplex from the apron into the ring. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, but man, was that awesome. Should have been a rope break, by the way, but I could understand referee Perry White's view was kind of obscured. And Stevie Wizard grabbing onto his wiener, it kind of looks like, as he tries to rally the support of the CMV universe. Another tweet here, guys, from TZ Mass. He says, at George King, yeah, don't worry, you might not know me now, but you will, because I'm the future and you are just the past. George King saying, CMV is my kingdom. I was on NGW long before you were even talented enough to be recognized in CMV. Well, referee Perry White now inadvertently taken out, meaning that no pinfalls or submissions can be executed for the time period until he regains consciousness. Stevie Wizard sends out a kiss, takes a bow before dropping the leg. There we go. White trying to shake off the cobwebs just as he comes to. Anthony Hunt reclaims control over Wizard. Leg drop to the, right to the side of the knee that was. Pinfall attempt. That's going to make it hard for Stevie Wizard to go for the Stevie Rider. If Anthony Hunt, very good strategy, takes out his leg, there's no way Wizard can, and then he can't hit the Stevie kick either. Shoulder claw of doom applied by Anthony Hunt, usually more effective when being applied by a bigger superstar, but definitely putting the hurting on. Oh, Stevie, and how about that flapjack off the fireman's carry? I love myself a good flapjack. Boot up under the chin. Stevie Wizard not done just yet. Keeps himself alive. Goes for a desperation pin. Only a 1 count, though. Another tweet, guys, from George King says, while I'm in CMV, I am its past, present, and future, because I am its king, and you are all just peasants. Wizard overshooting that springboard cross body attempt, and now he's going to pay for it. Well, both men up on one knee. Who's going to get to first? There it is, Stevie Wizard. Anthony Hunt pretty much the same time, though. Wizard closes in, up over the shoulders. Anthony Hunt, though, is ready for him. Reverse DDT. Oh, this is not good news for Wizard. Anthony Hunt again. Almost admonishing his handiwork against Wizard in our co-main event. European uppercut, and again, and a third time. How about a fourth? How about a fifth? There ain't no party. They're gonna make a party because they're gonna party. Don't stop. Now to the opposite corner. European uppercut again. Irish whip to the corner. European uppercut again. Off the ropes. Drop kick by the Prodigy. Oh, spine buster. A second time with some serious oomph behind it to the pin. Middle of the ring. Nowhere for Wizard to go. Will it be enough? No. Wizard out at the count of 2. Anthony Hunt can't seem to believe it. Hands above his head. Maybe going to try to force Stevie Wizard to tap out with his modified crossface, but Wizard's not going to let that happen. Elbow to the midsection, not as long as he can help it. Tries to close in, maybe a last-ditch effort. But Anthony Hunt's ready for him. Skull cracked. To the pin. 1, 2, 3. Anthony Hunt picks up yet another victory. The Prodigy was given a hell of a fight by Stevie Wizard. And a Wizard even with an advantage at the start thanks to that purple mist of his. But in the end, Anthony Hunt finds an opening. Skull cracked. Delivers him the win. Even after, wow, how awesome was this? Superplex. From the apron into the ring. But even that wasn't enough. I know that Topher is the #1 fan of Anthony Hunt. You have an Anthony Hunt poster above your bed, don't you, Topher? Oh, Anthony Hunt. I can't say I like this new attitude of his, but obviously it's working out for him. Yet another victory for the Prodigy. Something tells me Stevie Wizard not going to back down so easily, however. We'll have to wait and see what's next. Both these men are confirmed the 3rd annual Slick B Memorial Battle. For event of the evening, what was originally supposed to be TZ Mass, the #1 contender for the NGW Championship, going one-on-one with Joey Diaz, and Diaz's final NGW match. Of course, he's been called up to Fusion and will participate in the Light Heavyweight Championship ladder match at Ascendant 6. We saw him debut on Fusion earlier this week, defeating Chase Henderson. But an champion, of course, are set to go one-on-one at Ascendant 6. Prompted General Manager Ken Donahue to make this impromptu tag team matchup. George King and TZ Mass are going to be taking on Joey Diaz and Ryan Riley in tag team action. No T for the NGW title. The As I was saying, though, the NGW Championship match set to go down between TZ episode following Ascendant 6. So this is an opportunity for TZ Mass, who is currently unbeaten, named #1 contender for Ryan Riley Championship after Mass's victory over Mr. Extreme some weeks ago. We know Ryan Riley just recently retained his NGW title, actually against Joey Diaz and Jay Money it was in a triple threat elimination match 2 weeks ago. So we'll see if they can manage to work together here. Wait a minute. Oh, what the hell? That's not George King. That's one of George King's disciples, Joe Dirt, a member of the Kingdom, one half of the current unmatched tag team champions. I should have known George King would pull something like this. King's not going to compete in this match. Instead, sending out Joe Dirt, making his grand return to NGW. Joe Dirt, along with the other Kingdom disciple, the last ever NGW Tag Team Champions. Of course, we'll be crowning new NGW Tag Team Champions at NGW's first ever exclusive pay-per-view departure in a couple of months. And here's a tweet from George King. Said, I said TZ Mask wasn't worthy of teaming with me. Now, George King did say that to his credit. I don't think TZ Mask cares either way. Who wasn't too thrilled to have George King as a partner, so long as Joe Dirt stays out of Mask's way. Hey, at least George King didn't leave TZ Mask in a handicap scenario, which he very easily could have. Instead, he sent out Joe Dirt, I'm sure, to try and gauge Ryan Riley's skill level and then report back to King himself. But here he comes. NGW's resident bully. A man who has carved a path of destruction since arriving unbeaten and looks to become the next NGW champion in 2 weeks' time. Well, TZ Mask, I'm sure, is going to be happy to get hands on Ryan Riley before their championship bout. Of course, TZ is scheduled to appear at Ascendant 6. He'll be a part of the 30-man Slick B Memorial Battle Royal. If he can win that, that'll certainly be some big momentum for TZ heading into the championship match. What's up, Kayla? Welcome to CMV NGW episode 14. It is main event time as Joe Dirt and TZ Mask right there take on Jay. Woo! Flashbacks 2 weeks ago. Joey Diaz, I should say. And our NGW champion, Ryan Riley. Here comes his final appearance on NGW. He's been called up to the big leagues. Now a Fusion superstar, made his debut just yesterday, defeating Chase Henderson on CMV's flagship show. And at Ascendant 6, he's one of the 8 men who will compete in the Light Heavyweight Championship ladder match. Oh, hello, Diamond. I did not see you before. Diaz had an opportunity to become NGW champion 2 weeks ago, but Ryan Riley got the better of him. Now tonight they are partners, as Diaz looks for his last night in NGW to be a successful one. George King, what a cheeky bastard. This motherfucker always calls me when I'm doing a show. Every time I'm doing a show, he calls me. I have to see his stupid little dumb face come up. Throws me off. Diamond, you can of Arizona iced tea. I would never ignore you. Now it won't connect me to the chat. Rip and Pete. And here he comes, the king of the cruiserweights. R.V. Hastings, I have something to say about that, but your NGW champion, the prodigal Ryan Riley. Ryan Riley captured that championship last month, defeating his former best friend, Jay Money. Retained the title 2 weeks ago against Money and Diaz in that triple threat. Now he has got his biggest task ahead of him. Not only George King at Ascendant 6, but also TZ Mass just 1 week later. Ryan Riley has got a lot on his plate. There he is, calling me on my fucking phone now. Can't get a clue. Be very interesting to see Mass and Riley encounter one another in this bout. Ryan Riley says he is the present and future of NGW, that George King is merely the past. That George King is clutching onto his past achievements because he can't find success on Unmatched. Of course, that's not exactly true. George King, one of the longest reigning European champions of all time. I was actually really excited to see him in action here in NGW's main event, but we're getting Joe Dirt instead, an NGW alumni still. So here we go, right out of the gate. Joey Diaz charges the massive Joe Dirt, currently one half of the Unmatched Tag Team Champions and the last ever NGW Tag Team Champion. Of course, that is until NGW Departure, where we crown new Tag Team Champs. Joe Dirt is a Goliath of a man. Look at that, though. Just pushing Joey Diaz back as if he's like an annoying gnat buzzing around. But up into a seated position now. Joe Dirt raining down some elbow shots to the chest to get it again, back to back. Propped up into a seated position. Now up onto one knee. Action roll though by Diaz, using his speed against the brutish force of Dirt. Now he's going to go up to the top rope. Diaz getting some high-flying experience ahead of the 8-man heavyweight championship ladder match at Ascendant 6, where I'm sure he's going to be jumping off of ladders. Oh, brain chop. That'll put you to sleep real quick. Diaz, while he's got the limelight, appreciating it. The last time ever he'll compete in front of the NGW audience. The hot commodity has become an NGW fan favorite the short time he's been here. Now he's going to be a fan favorite on Fusion. Headbutt takes him down. Looks to turn him about, but Joey Diaz is ready for him with a boot up under the jaw. Now charges again for a takedown and punches raining through, but Dirt able to defend against the majority. Ooh, Hell's Gate being applied. You can see TZ Mass is not happy about this way this match is going. I'm sure he actually would have preferred it this to just be a handicap match rather than teaming with Mr. Dirt here. Well, Joe gonna get out of that nasty submission hold, only to walk right into a knee strike to the midsection, then a jawbreaker. Ripcord knee strike. Joey Diaz has the most lethal knees in the game. You can quote me on that. And one of his most devastating maneuvers is this right here. Gourdbuster GTS, don't matter your size. Everybody goes to sleep. One, and TZ, for the sake of not losing, gonna make the save as Ryan Riley comes through to hit a lion salt on Joe Dirt, inadvertently clipped Joey Diaz. That was just an accident, though. Like I said, TZ Maston's coming to NGW has carved a path of destruction. Put Shane Ridley on the shelf for nearly 3 weeks. And then when Shane Ridley returned 2 weeks ago to try to get the jump on TZ, TZ put him right back on the shelf again. Destroyed Mr. Extreme 2 weeks ago. Sent him to the main roster. Look at that. Some nice teamwork here. TZ taking the charge as he brings Diaz over the shoulder. This is the one-on-one match that we were supposed to get in tonight's main event. Dropped over the top rope, guillotined. TZ Mass not done. Rebounds off the ropes. Misses the, or maybe he allowed Joey Diaz to get that tag, because now here comes Ryan Riley, the NGW champion, the man who TZ Mass will challenge in 2 weeks, mounting, and the punches just rain down. TZ has got superior size and strength over Ryan Riley, but Ryan Riley does have the speed. Didn't help him out much right there. Twist of fate from Mass. Double boots to the chest, though. The champion pushed him back. The prodigal one. has proved to be the man to beat around here in NGW. The face that runs the place. He goes for Hurricane Rana. Look at the sheer aggression of TZ Mask. He's like a gorilla. A gorilla getting his hands like a little innocent bunny or something. Not referring Ryan Riley to a bunny, of course, but mass effect. And can you imagine? 1, 2. If TZ Mask got the pin right there, the betting odds would shoot way up into the favor of Mr. Mask, but Riley clutches in order to kick out. He knows that he's in trouble here, though. Trying to rally a comeback kick to the midsection. Leg drop bulldog by our NGW champion. Double R does not quit. That's one thing I like so much about this kid. He is not a quitter, does not know the meaning of the word die. Vintage Riley right there with the spinning fisherman's neck breaker. Bit demented. The psychotic, the prodigal Ryan Riley, known by many monikers. But we here at NGW know him as our champion, TZ Mask. He's looking to change that, though. In 2 weeks' time, tonight he's content to just whoop Riley's ass. I think he's trying to make a tag here, maybe, but Joe Dirt looks like he's really ready for a tag. Now just trying to crack open Ryan Riley's skull off the apron, man. Don't let it be said that Mask is a nice guy, because he is not. You know, one time I bumped into Mask backstage by accident. It was just a little bump. I was just walking past him. He turned to me. He almost growled as if like a rabid dog or something. And then he spit in my oatmeal. Then he walked off. Twist of fate again by TZ Mask. Goes to the pin on the NGW champion. Kicks out. Joe Dirt looks to dispatch of Joey Diaz, but Diaz is ready for him. Says what up to Mask and Riley. Okay. Don't know what the hell he was going for there. All out. I don't know what's happening. Chaos in the ring. Perry White's got to get some order here. And now TZ telling Joey Diaz to get the hell out of the ring. Diaz should. Mass effect again. But there's no Joe Dirt to stop Joey Diaz from making the save. The mean bastard knocking Diaz off the apron because of it. Everyone spits my oatmeal. I don't know why. I'm a nice guy, you know. I just sit behind the desk over here, drink my Mountain Dew, call the action, and everybody wants to spit my oatmeal for some reason. I'm scared for the pre-show and panel. I'm not going to bring my oatmeal there. I already know someone's going to spit in it. Ryan Riley showing off that agility of his as a standing moonsault. Joe Dirt is still down. Joey Diaz is still down. This is virtually a preview of the NGW Championship match in 2 weeks. In the corner, Ryan Riley lining up his shot. Pulls the trigger for a beautiful spear. Ryan Riley's feeling it, baby. Riley in the CMV universe behind him. Double axe handle. Double axe handle again. Ducks through, rolls through. Boot to the side of the head. TZ looks for refuge in the corner. Don't know that he's going to find it. Ryan Riley like an unstoppable train right now. But TZ, just as Riley gets going, they're going to shut him down. Riley's got too much spunk, though. Head scissors DDT busts TZ wide open. There you go. Into the pin. 1. Just a 1 count, though. Joey Diaz, Joe Dirt return to their respective corners. TZ is bleeding bad. And a 3rd twist of fate. Looks like TZ is kind of on spaghetti legs right now. He's looking not too hot. Trying to maintain control, though. Riley chops him down like he's a big oak tree. Shouting timber as the NGW champion. Looks for the 8-second ride. Hooks the leg. This would be a massive win in the column of Ryan Riley, but Joe Dirt breaks the pin and takes out Joey Diaz, this lumbering beast. Too big for his own good. Ryan Riley still in control, though. Springboard shooting star press. That was awesome. Arm drag, Ryan Riley down on one knee, and with no Joey Diaz in sight to help him out, this might be TZ's opportunity to finish things off. Head scissors whip, though. Ryan Riley's not giving him that opening, not giving him that opportunity. Might not have a choice, though. TZ says X marks the spot. Will the 3rd time be the charm? No Diaz to help him out this time. Mass effect. 1, 2, Oh my God, how about that timing for Joey Diaz? And TZ is livid. Again, a punch to the face sends him down to the outside. Mass is pissed off. I don't blame him. That's twice now. Joey Diaz has broken up the pin. That probably would have ended the match. Twice now, TZ would have probably beaten our NGW champion. Breaks free of the head scissors. Ryan Riley, maybe a last-ditch effort, tries to close in. Gets a jawbreaker. Big throat thrust thrown by TZ, but Riley's ready for him. Kick to the midsection. Back and forth they go. Tip for tat. Both men want this win. They need this win. Irish whip to the corner. TZ slaps hands, brings back in Joe Dirt. Oh, and this is not going to end well for Ryan Riley. Surprising teamwork by TZ and Dirt. How about that assisted big boot and a hot tag to Joey Diaz? Here comes the hot commodity, baby. And his last NGW match, he wants to make it a win. Goes for a kitchen sink, caught up by Joe Dirt, though. Irish whip to the corner. Joe Dirt's not having any of it. One half the unmatched tag team champions with a German suplex out of the corner. Diaz is completely out of it. Ryan Riley is completely out of it. Ringside, there's no savior coming for Diaz, and he can't kick out of this on his own. It is over. No, 2.99999, but it is not enough to deliver him the win in place of what was supposed to be George King. Joey Diaz kicked to the midsection. Caught with an arm drag, though. Joe Dirt not giving him an edge, not giving him an inch. He knows he'll take it a mile. Beautiful counter by Diaz. Now going to make Joe Dirt pay. Jawbreaker. Like a sack of stone, collapses to the canvas. And Joey Diaz again with those educated knees. Go to sleep. Hooks that tree trunk of a leg. 1, 2, but TC denies it. Getting some payback for all the times Diaz has broken up Mass's pins in this match. Now to the apron. Diaz flies through the air with a shooting star press of his own, trying to outdo Ryan Riley. Joe Dirt is definitely in big time trouble. Kicks to the midsection. Scoop slam. Dirt drops down behind. Perhaps the weight of Dirt too much for Diaz to lift up into the air like that. Dirt is like a machine. Like a beast. Not human. Diaz, though, has the heart of a champion, baby. The heart of a champion. Drops down behind, pushed off. Diaz now creates some space. Maybe going for a code breaker. I'm not too sure. High angle back suplex. And the way that Diaz's neck hit off the mat was quite honestly cringe-inducing. Look at Joe Dirt now. I'm sure at the behests of his Commander-in-Chief George King to destroy everyone in this match. Big boot. Into the pin. Will that do it? 1, 2. No. The last ever NGW Tag Team Champion, currently one half of the unmatched Tag Team Champion, Joe Dirt. Filling in for George King, now makes a tag to TZ Mass. Both men are feeling the effects of this match, but Mass has Diaz exactly where he wants him. Diaz has pissed off Mass a whole bunch in this match. But look at Mass taking his eye off the ball, focuses on Riley. That gives Diaz some time, but not enough time. The twist of fate connects. And will it be Diaz's fate to fall at the feet of quite possibly our future NGW champion, TZ Mass? Barrel roll by Joey Diaz. Not if he has a say in it. Up to the second turnbuckle, but Joe Dirt making, oh my God! 630 senton attempted by Joey Diaz, but Joe Dirt flipped him while he was mid-air, and now TZ with the Mass effect. 1, 2, 3, what an ending! Some actually spectacular teamwork by Dirt and Mass. In the closing moments as Diaz went for a 630 senton, Dirt pushed him mid-air. That allowed Mass to hit a Mass effect for the victory. Even though he did not pin Ryan Riley, it will say in the records that TZ Mass defeated Ryan Riley. Is that what it will say in 2 weeks when they go one-on-one for the NGW Championship? And what about Ascendant 6, where Ryan Riley and George King will meet one-on-one? Well, I would have liked to see George King in this matchup, but it was good to see Joe Dirt back where he started. And TZ Mask gets yet another win. And George King here says, "You are still a peasant, TZ. Dirt won that match for you." I don't know about that. TZ Mask definitely pulled his weight. But it was teamwork in the end that got them the victory. What you saw, and if you did, make sure you drop a follow so that you know when I go live the next time, which will be on Saturday. Fusion and NGW. Tuesday will be Genesis, guys. Wednesday, Thursday, right here on the Twitter, will be added to our Hall of Fame. Become, I believe, the 5th or 6th Hall of Fame entrant. And then, of course, Sunday, Monday will be day one, or I should say Saturday will be the pre-show and panel, and then Sunday and Monday will be day 1 and day 2, respectively, of Ascendant 6. So you do not want to miss that. If you are new here and you want to join our show, we are on Xbox One. You are more than welcome. Exclamation point join in the chat. We'll give you a link to our website. Exclamation point Twitter. Exclamation point Discord. We'll give you links to our social media. Thank you guys for watching. Great show. A lot of great matches there. Quite a few upsets. And I will catch you when I catch you. Peace.